Hey everyone, my name's Amanda, and this is Building Characters. So a little fun fact about me, I actually live 2 hours away from this office, which means every single time we have like a sketch, a short film, a vlog, meetings, anything like that, I have to drive 2 hours here and 2 hours back home. And my second job is actually about 30 minutes away from where I live as well. And sometimes for that job, I get to be a delivery driver. Basically, I spend a lot of time in my car, which is okay for me because I actually really love driving. And since we're talking about travel, I figured I'd talk about why I like driving so much. So when I was a little kid, I wasn't really allowed to do sports because of reasons. So I spent a lot of my time doing things like reading, writing, watching a lot of TV, which is probably why I'm obsessed with it, and daydreaming. I daydream a lot. I do it almost constantly, sometimes without even realizing it. Sometimes I daydream about like the typical things that I think everyone daydreams about, like, conversations, especially when you're mad at someone, fantasies of being rich. And then sometimes I daydream about like my favorite characters from like TV or other stuff. Basically my own personal fan fiction, if you will. But a lot of times I daydream about like my own characters that I've made and stories and what they're doing in that particular time. I was never grounded as a kid, but I don't think it would have really worked for me because a lot of times I would have just sat in my room and stared at a wall and just daydreamed away. And the best time for me to daydream was when I was riding in a car with someone, especially if it was for a long period of time. I'd get my little CD player and my CDs, put my headphones on, and zone out. It was literally the best times, and honestly, sometimes I would be looking forward to like long car rides. Typically kids are like, oh, this car ride's so boring. Not me. I was all for it. Like, just put me in a car for hours, I'm good. But all good things must come to an end. I got my license, and I was afraid I would never be able to enjoy the simple pleasure of zoning out on a car ride. Well, then we flash forward about 8 years from then, and I've been driving, and I've really only gotten to like one wreck, which was last month, if you remember. And so I think I'm doing pretty good. And it is no secret that when you're on familiar roads for a long period of time, like my car ride over here every week, you tend to go on autopilot and zone out. I've been driving for a while now, so I know when it's appropriate to go onto autopilot mode, although sometimes your mind just does it. Like, I've driven to my mom's house when I was intending to go to work once. It just happens. Your body just takes over. But driving is one of my favorite activities to do. So here's the thing. I love writing. I love making characters and stories. It's what got me into role-playing, and I've been doing that for about 11 years now, so quite some time. And writing's also what got me into filmmaking. I've been wanting to be a filmmaker since I was like 12 years old because of this. So a lot of people have tips on the ups and downs of writing and how to get through it. So here's the thing. When I write, I can make characters and backstories like that, no problem. But making it all weave together is kind of where I struggle. And everyone who is a writer has issues like that. We all have parts that we struggle with. So one of the things that I like to do is just get in my car, listen to some music, and just drive. So I've read some books about writer's block and how to get rid of it, and one of the tips is always, find a way to clear your head. So what I'll typically do is I'll drive around for about an hour or so, no clear destination in mind, and I did this a lot in college because it's a way to both physically and mentally get away from whatever stress you're having or whatever problem that you can't get through. And maybe it's because I spent a lot of my time daydreaming in cars as a kid that a lot of times I get new inspiration when I drive. So if you are a writer like me, find a way to clear your head. It might just be as simple as driving around in a car for an hour. Sometimes life is full of thoughts that will weigh you down, and that will affect your writing. So find a way to get away from the situation, stop focusing on what you're trying to do at that particular moment, and focus on something else, or don't focus on anything. It might take you a while to find the thing that works for you. Specifically, like I said, driving is my thing, but other people, it might work for you as well. Won't know until you try. But that is this video for you. If you want to see more vlogs, sketches, short films, all that lovely stuff, hit that subscribe button. Like this video for me. My name's Amanda, and as always, I'll see you next time.